The well-known health and beauty retailer Clicks is in hot water this afternoon. Why? Well, it's over images on its website. Many believe that they show prejudice against natural black hair. The images have sparked outrage on social media. The website had pictures of black hair being labelled as dry and damaged, while white hair was labelled fine and flat. Clicks has since removed the images and has issued an apology, saying it is a strong advocate for natural hair. So what damage to the brand? Joining me now on Friday lunchtime is Brand Africa, or Brand Finance Africa Director, Jeremy Sampson. Good afternoon to you and welcome. A huge amount of outrage. How does a brand like Clicks get itself into a mess like this when surely it should know better?
Well, Jeremy, good to be with you as always. You're absolutely right. But it's interesting that at the moment, I think everyone is incredibly sensitive about racial issues. I think Clicks has been a little bit indiscreet here, but it highlights the fact as well that hair is very big business. Everyone, not just ladies today, is conscious of their hair, their hairstyles, the different kinds of hair. I had a good friend who was with Unilever. He was in charge of the Middle East. Then he came down to Umhlanga and he was in charge of Africa. And he talked about the different kinds of hair, hairstyles, whatever. What Clicks have done is unusual because, after all, we very rarely see them ever in this sort of controversy. So this is perhaps a once-off. And let's face it, they have an Indian gentleman who's their CEO. They've transformed tremendously racially from their management side of things, and I'm sure they're incredibly sensitive to these things. But here they've obviously...
But not sensitive enough, because this has caused a huge outrage. Surely this is just poor research, and brands should know better.
Brands should know better, but at the moment we know also in this digital world that one person can put out a tweet and that can start a firestorm. So you're absolutely right. Brands have to be even more sensitive than they were, and brands have to be correct. The problem is, what is correct? Obviously, this went through various systems in their organisation, and they thought it was fine. Perhaps they wanted a little bit of controversy, Jeremy, to get people talking about it and more aware of it.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's risky if they're going to court controversy with a subject like this. Having said that, though, how much damage to the brand is an organisation like this able to walk it back?
Let's see how it goes over the next few days. We know that we're deluged with so much news all the time that things disappear very fast. Some people might have an interest in keeping this going on Twitter. After all, there are all sorts of angles and aspects to this. We'll have to see. I would have thought it's not too serious, and after all, they have very quickly responded and they've apologized.
Will the apology suffice?
To some people, no, but there are always some people like that. To the majority, I would say yes, and we might even find in a couple of weeks' time sales have gone up of their hair care products.
I'm going to thank you, the MD of Brand Finance Africa, Jeremy Sampson. Thank you very much for joining us.